Hello, Tina Tubers. How's everybody doing this morning? Tampa, and I'm taking Piper with me. I'm gonna meet my friend Brenda and my friend Cheryl, who is also Brenda's best friend for the ages. They've been friends since they were 13. They're now 61. So that's pretty cool. Or maybe they're 65. I don't know how they are. I get mixed up. There's Debbie Waters that I'm 12 years older, 12 years older than Letty. Maybe I'm only 6 years older than Brenda and Cheryl. I'm not sure. But all of our birthdays are in July. So they're going to try, and usually they come and spend the night and we celebrate. Just hang out at my house. I cook, and we just enjoy each other's company, really. Cheryl owns a restaurant and has for years called the Breakfast Nook or the Nook in Lutz, right by Brenda. And so, God bless her, for her to hang in that long. And I would say, I don't know if she's done it for over 20 years, the same place in Lutz. It's breakfast lunch. I think it opens at 6 and closes at 2. But she has run it on her own. And you know what it's like with the transient help of waiters, waitresses, and hostesses. She had to get new computers put in a couple years ago. And that's always an issue. Personnel issues, air conditioning breaking, freezers break. I mean, God bless her. And honest to God, she's a saint in my eyes, because she is a saint. Like, she goes above and beyond for everybody, and she quietly helps people. I don't know, I think she might mention something once in a while, and then Brenda will tell me, but she is incredible, how she helps people. She has helped some of her staff get a car, house them for I don't know how long. She's just an incredible lady. She's a great mother, and she's had a tough life. She was a great daughter. She took care of her mom and paid for her assisted living and dementia care. And I think her mom might have been in there. I don't know if she was in there for 8 years. You know how time goes by. And her mother passed, I think, last year or 2 years ago. That's another thing. Time goes by, so I could be wrong. But I just love to talk about people that are such an inspiration to me, especially spiritually. And she's one of them. And so is Brenda. Brenda and I met kind of spiritually through Premier Designs, and I've talked about it before. You have to win this in your upline, your downline. Your sales has to be pretty good to go and be. You pay for your flight, but they pay for the entire stuff while you're there. You get training. We stayed in the most gorgeous cabins in Texas. I think it was in Texas. I don't know. I think it was. And they had worship services up on top of the mountain where just a cross was lit at night. It was incredible, quite spiritual. But on the bus going over, my I don't even know what you call them anymore. She was the one that brought me into Premier. Judy Scott, talked about her. I love her. Another spiritual, wonderful mentor. I thought we were going to room together. So when we got on the bus, and the leadership, the one that we're training in leadership for this training, they said, now this is what we're doing. We're taking you over to where you're going to be staying, and you're not going to room with anybody you know. You're going to room with somebody you don't know. Oh my, I started praying right away. Dear God, please. Oh my, it's one of my biggest fears. First of all, having to stay in a room with anyone, even the ones I know, sharing a bathroom, all that is I'm very weird. There was a cop. So, yeah. Hi guys, Oliver, Zoe, go Wagaden. Oh my God, hello, B. I have no reason or inclination what to hurt you. Thank you. Thank you, B. I don't want to hurt anybody. Anyway, the story is I was a mess, and of course God was in total control, and I met one of the best friends I've ever had. And the nice part was I lived in Sarasota, or in Bradenton, and she lived in Tampa, which is about an hour away from each other. And so that was in 2007. That's how many years ago that was. So, and then I got to meet her bestie, Cheryl. So we're gonna get together at Cheryl's restaurant, and then our little friend Shirley, I wish I could put a picture in here of Shirley. She is going to come with a friend, a neighbor friend. Shirley is, I've talked about her, 93. I am so blessed to have met this woman at this time in my life, and especially, there won't be many years left. We don't know how many we have, you know that, but she's 90, I think she's going to be 92 in August. 92, I think. Anyway, I've made her a lot of those, diamond paintings where, and then, and Brenda frames them, and she absolutely loves them. So the reason I'm bringing Piper is she knows that I have this doll that looks like a real baby, and she is dying to see this doll. And so she's going to be there. Brenda called me this morning and said, just to let you know, Ann thinks that's a really stupid idea. Like, she just rolled her eyes when I told her, you like dolls. And I said, honey, don't worry. I can handle it. You know, that's what's great about being the age I'm at, and I'm confident. Not about everything, but mostly everything. Let me give you an idea, guys. I'm on the dating site. It's called Our Time. And the reason I went on it is because out of amusement, I could care less about dating, because I'm not gonna say never, but it's like a needle in a haystack to meet someone that really is interested in having a friendship and just enjoying each other's company. That's just going to be hard to find. So I put in the age preference, because I'm going to be 73 next month. I put in the age thing, what did I put? 69 to 75, right? So I get these guys 36 years old, 37 years old. This guy's name was Will, landscaper from North Carolina. So I said, Will, question, why are you interested in older women? I said, I'm not throwing any shade on anybody's preferences. I'm at that age now that whatever anybody enjoys, good for them. Just be respectful in whatever you're doing, right? And I said, I actually hate dating. And I said, I actually hate sex. I said, so what do you think if I put on my add to my profile, not interested in sex, only for someone for a companion, enjoy time together and traveling? Maybe I should even say I prefer gay men because they're the best kind of friends in the world to a woman. Are you kidding? They care about what you wear. They care about how your hair looks. I love gay guys. So that's what I said to him. He wrote back, I just enjoy their company. He didn't answer my question. I thought he would. So when I sent that message, they must read everything, and they said, do you want to edit this because you probably won't get a match if you put this out there? And I go, no, send it. So the next guy I think he's only 56. They see my age, 72. So he under his profile, and he's a nice looking young man. He said he's athletic, loves to be outdoors, and loves to be on the water. So I wrote back and said, I said, hi, whatever his name was. And he lives in Florida. I don't know how far away it is, but I said, hi, I'm like your picture and your smile. And I said, your profile was very interesting. I said, just to let you know, I'm not into sex. I'm not, let's see, exercise or sun. So I said, don't close this yet. Don't like, strike me yet. I am a lot of fun. And I'm very, I have a great gift to gab, and I enjoy adventure. And I said, so if you ever need a companion for, if you ever need a date for a wedding or an event or anything like that, social, sporting event, whatever, I can, dress up pretty good, and I, know how to speak, so I won't embarrass you, and we'll have fun. But that's really all that I'm looking for. So I said, I hope you find someone on here that you enjoy. That's what I said. So I do think I'm going to add that to my profile. And I said to that other guy, and I said, really and truly, why aren't people honest on here? I said, most women my age don't want to have sex, and most guys want to get laid. I think that's what I'm going to add to it. What do you guys think? Any comments? Any comments, guys? Nobody's talking about this. Is everybody gone? Anybody been on a dating site and have any interesting things to say? Lord, it's a hard situation out there. And I've always believed this, because I didn't marry till I was 50 for the first and only time. I just think God's got it. And if it's going to happen, it'll happen. But really and truly, I did the dating app just for 3 months for some material. Now, I'm not a stand-up comedian, but this could certainly help you get there, because it is hilarious, guys, what they say, and they lie. Oh my God, my friend, she was really kind of excited, but she said every time she tried to gear the conversation to him, she said it always turned to sex. And so she said, that ain't working for me. And she said he was never interested in me. I asked about him, his family. I said, that's girls, that's women for you. And I said, it tells you a lot. I said, I don't think this dating site is so bad, right? Now, he said that he was in special ops, blah, blah, blah. But the other thing is, he wanted to tell her how to dress, okay? And I said, did he tell you he wanted you to wear heels? Yep. She said, and he went so far as to say that he had this pair of shoes that he got for another gal that he was going to meet, but the date never went through. I go, red flag. I said, first of all, isn't it odd that they were your size? So somewhere you probably told him your size shoe. You forgot, because we don't pay a lot of attention. You should. And I said, so it tells you two things. If it's true that he bought these for a date that never went through, he's got feet fetishes, okay? If he's he wants you to wear shoes he wants to wear. And we know what men like that are like, okay? They're a little weird. And then he wanted to have her. Now, my friend only likes to wear cash. Like, she can dress up and look pretty, but it's very rare down here in Florida that you ever go anywhere that you dress up unless you're at a wedding, something like that. So he wanted her to wear this black dress. Yeah, big red flag. So then he said he was being shipped off to duty overseas, but he couldn't tell her where, because he's in special ops. And so she didn't write back that night. I think she wanted to. She goes, I don't want to. I go, what do you care how you come across? You haven't met him. You don't have to be a bitch. Just, just don't answer. That's why these things are nice. Like, block them. They'd already switched names and phone numbers, which I wouldn't do that. I would not give them my last name until we met. So then he wanted to, I think he was quite a distance from her, so he was going to pay for the flight and let her pay for the car. I go, and guess what? You get there and you don't like them, and now you've invested in a car rental, time off from work for a loser. No. You gotta do some thinking before you jump on the bandwagon. So I said, and I've always said to her, I'm not trying to tell you how to run things, but I'm a little older. I've got friends that have had some bad experiences on these dating sites. Most of these people aren't honest. And so don't be naive. The one guy said he just sends pictures of his body, not his face, because he doesn't want his face being used. Somebody taking his... I go, so what? I go, so what if somebody takes his face and uses it to get another girl? First of all, is it that good looking? Is he that great? Is he model material? And if not, I just have big doubts about any guy that won't put his face with his body. No. And he's only 46, she's 62. What? Why do you want to put yourself under that pressure? You can't compete with that. And I wouldn't want to. Demi Moore? No. So, I'm telling you, what else? So, then she didn't answer. He sent her a thing like, well, the next day, I hope your day was better than mine. Well, of course, he probably expected her to jump and get all like verklempt, like, oh my God, you're having to go overseas, like we should get together, because he was a little upset that she had stuff going on till the end of this month and even into the next month. He was upset because he wanted to see her before then. So, howdy, Chris. Oh my God, how are you, darling? I can't believe you're here. Anyway, Chris, oh, how are you, honey? I can't believe you got a, you're probably already left, but anyway, so then she didn't respond back, and he took everything off of the dating site. He took everything off of Facebook, and I said, well, that could be two things. He could be so devastated, or if he really is in this special military whatever, maybe they make him do that when they leave. Does anybody know? Anybody that's ever had special ops know if this is something they make you do when you get deployed? Now, he didn't say deployed. He just... she said, well, I saw his desk. He had 3 big computers. I go, yeah, well, the 3 big computers could have been for... Doesn't matter how... I just find this so amazing. And then the next thing I want to say is, some of you, maybe you don't. Chris, you might know. I don't know. I have been... Denise, are you not in here? Patricia? No? Letty, I know you don't get, we've talked about this, her and I do not get notifications of when we're on. I never, ever, ever. I've gone out, I've come back in, I've taken her subscription off, put it back on. I don't know, that's weird. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Alright, so, that's about it that I can think of. I'm still working on renovations. I don't think I'm going to get new cabinets. They're just too expensive. So, Chris, you were in my recommends. Ah, how nice. Well, God bless you, Chris. I hope everybody's doing okay. Letty and I haven't been on a live in over, probably it's going on 2 months. But I love y'all. And I hope you all have a great day. And Lee, if you ever look at this, hi to you, Patricia, Denise. I don't know, Dottie. Dottie's fallen away from us. I hope you're okay if you ever see this. The other thing I was going to tell you is the Karen Reed trial. I've been down the rabbit hole for since January. She had her murder trial, because the first one was hung jury or mistrial. This second time she won, you guys. Oh my God, I cried. So did her attorneys. I mean, unbelievable. That was a whole, if you guys ever want to be entertained criminally with corruption and all kinds of stuff, it was better, like I said, than any soap opera I've ever seen, or movie, or series. Honest to goodness, it was amazing. So I kept praying for her and praying for her. She had the best family and wonderful parents, and it was just a great day. And it was on my sweet woman's birthday, so that was kind of nice.